today's video, we're going to talk all about power chords. My name is Rob Reed. Let's do this. So power chords are a big part of guitar playing, and they're found all over modern music, from rock to rap to R&B. So you got to know about them, and you got to know how they operate. You often see them called 5 chords like A5 or F5 or C5, and I've often seen them called no third chords like A no third or C no third or D no third. We'll talk more about that later. In today's video, we're going to learn where they come from, how the shapes look under your fingers, how to name them, and how to use them. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so power chords are made up of the root note of the key or the scale and the 5th note of the scale, hence the word 5 chord. So let's take an example. So for the key of C, we'd have C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So C would be the root note, and then you take 5 notes away from C, starting on the C note and count that as 1. So C, D, E, F, and G. So C and G would make up a C power chord because G is the 5th note of the scale or the key. So take another key, for example, D. So we have D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, and C sharp. So D counted as 1, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So D and A would make up a D power chord because A is the 5th note of the scale, or 5 away from D. So you just take the first note of the scale and count 5 notes away, and make sure you count the first note as 1. That's how you get a power chord, and that's why they're called 5 chords. So power chords basically look like this, and you just slide those shapes up and down the neck. And you base those shapes off of either the low E string or the low A string. We can check it out on the neck. So here's an A power chord, just like that. So there's my A note and my E note, and you can play them with your first finger and your 3rd finger, like this. Or I like to play them with my first finger and my 4th finger, like this. And sometimes you might want a bigger sound than just 2 notes. So you might want to add your 4th finger to the octave note. So for example, here's my A power chord here, my A, my E note. You might want to add your 4th finger down here. So you're actually playing 3 strings at once. It just gives a bigger, fuller sound. Okay, so let's figure out how to name these power chords. So we know that the musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So if this is our low E string, we know that the notes on the piano, between E and F, there's no black key, and between B and C, there's no black key. So that means it's only 1 fret away on the guitar. So if we have open E here, 1 fret away would bring us here to F. So that would be an F note, and then F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and then from B to C on the piano, there's no black note, so it's just the next fret away. So C would be right here. C sharp, D, D sharp, and E again. And then it just repeats up the octave. So I'm going to take my first finger, and that's going to play the root note of the power chord. So watch this. Right here and here is the shape that we learned. So that's going to be the F note. So that makes that an F power chord. And if I slide the shape up here, and this is my root note, that makes it a G power chord. And if I slide it up here, it becomes an A power chord. Slide up here, it becomes a B power chord. Slide up here is a C power chord, D power chord, and E power chord. So those are power chords along the low E string. So now the power chord shapes along the low A string, you'd have the A, and then A sharp to B, so that'd be my B power chord, and then C, B to C, there's no black note in the piano, so that's a C power chord, and then C sharp D, D sharp E power chord, F power chord because E to F is no black note on the piano, G power chord, and then A power chord. Okay, so let's check it out again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And like I said before, you can also play the power chords with adding your 4th finger. fuller sound. Okay, so those are the power chord shapes along the low E string and the A string. So power chords are super fun to play, and they're really effective and really useful in modern music. So you're basically just taking these shapes and sliding them all around the neck and hitting the chords that you want to hit. Another cool trick that you can use with them though is you can palm mute them with your right hand. So instead of ringing them out, you can kind of chunk them and palm mute them. So you want to move your hand up slightly above the bridge and just pluck the notes. And you're kind of choking them off and not letting them ring out. It gives you that really cool muted sound. It's really fun. And one more thing I want to mention, power chords are all the same when it comes to minor and major. So there's no minor power chord shape because there's no third in a power chord. And the third of a chord is the note that tells you if the chord is major or minor. So if you flatten the third, it becomes a minor chord. But power chords don't have thirds, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. And it's all the same shape for major and minor. So an A minor power chord looks like that, and an A major power chord looks the same. Hope you enjoyed this quick lesson on power chords. Have fun sliding those shapes around, and let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know what songs you'd like to see tutorials on. Don't forget to check out my merch shop, and check out these two videos, and we'll see you in the next one.